Beamy, 21, studying computer science at Riverside Technical Institute. Name's Ryan, pretty average guy, nothing special. Meet this girl Chloe in my data structures class sophomore year. She's cute, brunette, always sits in the front row asking way too many questions. Professor gets visibly annoyed, but she doesn't care. Somehow we end up as lab partners for the semester project. First few weeks working together are actually pretty good. She's smart, knows her stuff, carries her weight on assignments. We start hanging out outside of class, grabbing coffee between lectures. She tells me about her major in digital marketing, seems passionate about it, makes these terrible programming jokes that are so bad, they're actually funny. I'm thinking maybe this could be something, you know? Ask her out after we submit our midterm project. She says yes, seems genuinely excited about it. First date is pretty standard. Dinner at this Italian place near campus. She's nervous, keeps playing with her hair, asking if she looks okay. It's actually kind of endearing. Makes me want to put her at ease. We talk about classes, future plans, normal first date stuff. Walk back to my dorm thinking this girl might be relationship material. Dating starts really normal for the first couple months. Movies on weekends, study sessions that turn into makeout sessions. She's got this laugh that's kind of infectious when she finds something genuinely funny. Introduces me to her roommate Sarah. They live in the campus apartments. Sarah seems cool, studies nursing, gives me the approval nod. My roommate Marcus approves too, says she's definitely girlfriend material. Parents ask about her when I call home, seem happy I'm dating someone serious. We fall into a comfortable routine. She helps me with my calculus homework. I help her understand basic coding concepts. Everything feels normal, healthy even. We're doing typical college couple stuff, holding hands, walking across campus. Sex is pretty good once we get there. She's enthusiastic, no complaints. I'm actually starting to think this could be long-term. Life is good, grades are solid, relationships seem stable. Then around month 3, something shifts. Starts with the texting becoming more frequent. Not crazy at first, just more check-ins throughout the day. Sweet at first, makes me feel wanted. But it gradually increases from every few hours to every hour, then multiple times per hour. I don't think much of it initially. Girls text more than guys, that's just how they communicate, right? Plus I actually like hearing from her during the day. Makes boring lectures more interesting when I get a cute message. But then she starts timing my responses. Complains that I used to answer within 5 minutes. Now it takes 20. I explain that sometimes I'm in class or busy with assignments. She says she understands, but I can tell it bothers her. The texting escalates over the next few weeks. Now she's sending paragraphs if I don't respond fast enough. Long messages about how she's worried I'm losing interest. How her last boyfriend started pulling away the same way. I try to reassure her, but it's becoming exhausting. Can't even take a shower without coming back to multiple missed messages. Start keeping my phone on loud, just to avoid the anxiety. First real red flag hits during my database management midterm. It's a 2-hour exam, professor is strict about phones being off. Come out of the exam feeling pretty good about it. Check my phone to find 37 missed calls and a dozen voicemails. She'd called every few minutes for the entire 2 hours. Voicemails start worried, then panicked, then angry. Call her back immediately, she's crying hysterically. Says she thought something happened to me, was so scared. I explain about the exam, show her my class schedule. She says I could have told her I had a test today. I did tell her the night before she wasn't listening. But instead of arguing, I just apologize and promise to remind her next time. Looking back, that was my first mistake. Should have recognized this wasn't normal behavior. Things calmed down for a few weeks after that. She seems to accept my explanation about exam schedules. Back to regular couple activities, studying together, Netflix, and takeout. I convinced myself it was just a one-time overreaction. She was stressed about her own midterms, took it out on me. People do weird things when they're anxious. It's understandable. Plus, the makeup sex after our fight was pretty amazing. But then the social media thing starts a month later. She's always been active on Instagram, posts a lot of us together. I don't mind it. Kinda nice having a girlfriend who wants to show me off. But she starts going through my followers list, asking about every girl. Wants a full explanation for every like or comment I get. I explain that people like posts. It's what social media is for. But I can see the wheels turning in her head, analyzing everything. Peak weirdness comes when my chemistry lab partner mentions something. We're working on a titration experiment, making small talk. She casually mentions that my girlfriend messaged her on Instagram, said she wanted to get to know my friends, asked a bunch of questions about our lab sessions, if we ever hang out outside class. My stomach drops. This is definitely not normal girlfriend behavior. Confront Chloe about it that evening. She's completely casual about the whole thing. Says she was just being friendly, trying to get to know the people in my life. I try to explain how it makes me look, how uncomfortable it makes people. She gets defensive, turns it around on me, makes it about whether I want her to be part of my life or not. Can't really argue with the logic when she puts it like that. Maybe I'm being oversensitive, she's just trying to be involved. About a month later, Marcus pulls me aside with his phone. Shows me Instagram DMs from Chloe over the past 2 weeks. She's been messaging him, asking about my schedule, whether I ever bring girls back to the room, who I hang out with. Marcus hasn't responded to any of them, which is probably smart. This is the second red flag. She's now interrogating my roommate. I'm embarrassed, angry, confused, all at the same time. That night I bring it up as gently as possible. She immediately gets defensive, says she's just making conversation. I explain there's a difference between getting along and interrogating people. This leads to our first real fight with actual raised voices. She starts crying, saying I don't trust her motives, that she's just trying to be a good girlfriend and I'm punishing her. Somehow I end up apologizing just to stop the fight. A few weeks later, I decide to form a study group for operating systems. It's me, 2 guys from my dorm floor, and this girl Katie, who's really good at the material. We meet at the library twice a week. Purely academic stuff. Katie even has a boyfriend, nothing romantic about it. Mention it casually to Chloe, don't think it's a big deal. Next study session, halfway through reviewing kernel concepts. Someone taps me on the shoulder. Turn around and there's Chloe with coffee and snacks. Says she thought we might be hungry, wanted to surprise us. The group is confused. I'm mortified. She sits down anyway, says she'll just listen and learn, but she doesn't know anything about operating systems. Keeps asking basic questions that derail our discussions. What should have been a productive study session becomes babysitting. After an hour, people start making excuses to leave. Katie looks increasingly uncomfortable, packs up first. The guys follow suit shortly after. My study group has effectively been disbanded. This becomes the third red flag. She's now sabotaging my academic life. Spring semester senior year, everything changes. I start applying for jobs, going to career fairs, networking events. This is crunch time. My entire future depends on landing something good. The pressure is intense, but I'm excited about graduating. Chloe sees all this activity as me pulling away from her. Every job application becomes a fight about our future together. She wants guarantees about our relationship that I can't give. The breaking point comes during finals week. I have 3 final exams, a capstone presentation, and 2 job interviews. Haven't slept more than 4 hours a night in over a week. Tell Chloe I need complete focus for the next few days. Promise we'll celebrate together once everything is over. She says she understands, but starts calling me constantly anyway. Day of my most important interview, phone starts ringing nonstop. It's Chloe having a meltdown about me ignoring her. I hang up, turn off my phone, go to my interview. Come back to 23 missed calls and multiple crying voicemails. This cycle continues for the rest of finals week. Every important moment gets overshadowed by relationship drama. That's when I realize this relationship is actively harmful. I'm sacrificing my education and career prospects to manage her emotions. relationship should cost this much, especially not at 21. Make the decision that this needs to end before it destroys my future. Plan it out carefully. Want to do it right, but firmly. Choose the campus coffee shop where we first got to know each other. Seems appropriate. Neutral ground with plenty of witnesses. Meet her there on a Tuesday afternoon after my last final. She's excited. Thinks we're celebrating being done with exams. Brought me my favorite coffee and a cookie from the bakery. Makes what I'm about to do even harder. Sit down across from her, take a deep breath. Tell her we need to talk about us. Her face immediately changes. She knows what's coming. I explain that this isn't working. We want different things. She starts crying, but quietly at first. Says she can change, knows she's been too clingy lately. I tell her it's not about changing, it's about compatibility. The crying gets louder, more desperate. Now people are definitely staring, some pulling out phones. She's listing everything she's sacrificed for our relationship. Rearranged classes, turned down internships, changed her whole life. None of this is stuff I asked her to do. Actually tried to discourage some of it. Try to leave as gracefully as possible. Can't handle the scene she's making. It's too much. She grabs my arm as I stand up, nails digging into my skin. Other customers are definitely filming now. Manage to extract myself and walk toward the door. Hear her calling my name as I leave. Feel terrible, but also relieved. Like a huge weight has been lifted off my chest. Think to myself that it's finally over. Can focus on graduating and starting my career now. Everything is going to be fine. Oh, how wrong I was about it being over. A few days after the breakup, feeling like I can finally breathe again. No more constant texting. No more emotional meltdowns to manage. Can actually focus on my remaining assignments without interruption. Sleep better than I have in months, wake up refreshed. Marcus notices the change immediately. Dude, you look like a different person, way less stressed. Even my grades improve in those final weeks. Graduate 2 weeks later with decent honors. Parents drive up for the ceremony, proud as hell. Mom keeps asking where Chloe is, had to explain we broke up. Dad just nods approvingly, never liked her anyway. Get my diploma, take the obligatory photos, feel accomplished. This is supposed to be the beginning of my adult life. Got a job lined up at a software company 2 states over. Start date is in 6 weeks, perfect timing to decompress. Chloe tries texting me a few times during graduation week. Messages saying she misses me, wants to talk, made a mistake. I don't respond. Figure she'll get the hint eventually. Block her on social media to avoid temptation to check up on her. Tell myself I need a clean break to move forward. Can't keep looking backward if I want to build a future. Spend the next month back home with my parents, relaxing, catching up with high school friends, preparing for the move. It's nice being around people who don't know about the drama. Can just be myself without walking on eggshells. Start packing for the big move, selling furniture I won't need. Everything feels optimistic, like I'm finally on the right track. Drive back to campus in late July to clean out my stuff. Still have some books and electronics in my dorm room. Plan to pack everything into my Honda Civic and drive to the new city. It's a 2018 model. Nothing fancy, but reliable. Dad helped me buy it sophomore year. Been taking good care of it. Needs to last me through my first few years of working. First weird thing I notice is when I get to the parking garage. Car smells different when I open the door. Not bad exactly, just not how I left it. Kind of musty, like someone's been sleeping in closed spaces. Figure maybe it's just been sitting unused for a month. Cars can get stale when they're not driven regularly. Loading my stuff takes most of the afternoon. Books are heavy as hell. Electronics need careful packing. Keep having to rearrange things to fit everything. Notice the passenger seat is pushed way back. I'm pretty sure I left it in the normal position. But maybe I'm misremembering. Been a long month away. Drive to my new city the next day, about 4 hours. Car runs fine, no mechanical issues. Get to my new apartment, start unpacking and settling in. Landlord is cool, neighborhood seems safe, everything's looking good. Spend the next week getting oriented, finding grocery stores, exploring. New job starts Monday. Feeling nervous, but excited. Second weird thing happens about a week into the new job. Come out to the parking lot after work. Something feels off. There's a McDonald's wrapper on the passenger floor. I hate McDonald's, never eat there. Definitely didn't leave that. Must have blown in when I had the windows down, right? Weird that it's on the passenger side though. Throw it away, don't think much more about it. Work is going really well, team is friendly, projects are interesting. Getting into a good routine, wake up early, hit the gym, code all day. Coming home tired but satisfied, exactly what I wanted. Finally feel like I'm living my own life without someone monitoring every move. No one asking where I've been or who I talk to. Freedom feels amazing after months of relationship prison. Third weird thing is the smell getting stronger. Not just musty anymore, more like body odor. Maybe I spilled something and forgot about it. Clean the entire interior with those car wipes. Vacuum the seats and floor mats thoroughly. Smell goes away for a day, then comes back even stronger. Fourth weird thing is finding a hair tie on the dashboard. Definitely not mine, I keep my hair short. Black elastic with a small silver charm on it. Looks exactly like the ones Chloe used to wear. But that's impossible. She's hundreds of miles away. Must be from some girl who got a ride months ago. Throw it in the trash, try not to overthink it. Start noticing my gas tank empties faster than usual. I drive the same route to work every day, same distance. Mileage should be consistent, but it's not. Sometimes I wake up and the car has 10 more miles than I remember. Check the odometer obsessively, think I'm going crazy. Maybe I'm just not paying attention, stress from the new job. Fifth weird thing is the seat adjustment again. Keep finding the driver's seat moved slightly forward. I'm tall, always adjust it all the way back. But every few days it's in a different position, starting to wonder if someone has access to my car. Check all the locks, windows, everything seems secure. One morning find a granola bar wrapper under the passenger seat. Brand I've never bought, flavor I don't even like. This is getting too weird to ignore. Someone has definitely been in my car. But how? And why? And when? Start parking in different spots, thinking maybe it's random vandalism. Decide to set up a test. Leave a piece of paper on the passenger seat with my initials. Check it every morning to see if it's been moved. First few days it stays put. Think maybe I was being paranoid. Then one Thursday morning it's on the floor. Someone was definitely in my car during the night. Start losing sleep over this mystery. Who has access to my vehicle? Did I somehow give someone a spare key and forget? Is this some elaborate prank from college friends? Begin checking the car multiple times per day. Coworkers start noticing I'm distracted, constantly looking out the window. Smell is getting unbearable at this point. Not just body odor anymore, like someone living in filth. Buy every car air freshener I can find. Nothing helps. The stench penetrates everything. Start rolling windows down, even when it's cold. People comment when they get in my car, embarrassing as hell. Friday night after work, decide I need to figure this out. Can't keep living with this uncertainty. Park in my usual spot behind the apartment building. Set my alarm for 2 a.m. Plan to check the car. If someone's messing with it, they're probably doing it late at night. Alarm goes off at 2 a.m., throw on some clothes. Grab a flashlight and creep out to the parking lot. Everything looks normal from a distance. Car is where I left it, no one around. But as I get closer, notice something strange. The car is sitting lower than usual, like there's weight inside. Heart starts pounding as I approach the driver's side. Shine the flashlight through the window. Front seats look empty, nothing unusual. But there's definitely something in the back. Move around to the rear window, angle the flashlight down. What I see makes my blood freeze. There's a person curled up on the back seat, covered with what looks like my old college sweatshirt. Dark hair visible, small frame, definitely female. She's sleeping, breathing slowly and peacefully, like this is completely normal, like this is her bedroom. Stand there for probably 30 seconds in shock, brain trying to process what I'm seeing. Someone has been living in my car. That explains everything. The smell, the moved seats, the food wrappers. But who the hell would do something this insane? Move the flashlight to get a better look at her face. Hair shifts slightly in the light. Recognition hits me like a physical blow. It's Chloe. Chloe is sleeping in my car. Chloe followed me to my new city. Chloe has been living in my vehicle for weeks. The girl I broke up with 2 months ago is homeless in my back seat. This is beyond stalking. This is completely unhinged behavior. Don't know whether to call the police, wake her up, or just run. Hands are shaking, can barely hold the flashlight steady. This explains so much but raises even more questions. How long has she been here? How did she find me? Where does she shower, eat, go to the bathroom? What was her plan? Just live in my car forever? Decide I need to wake her up and confront this. Can't just pretend I didn't see it and walk away. This situation needs to end tonight. Tap gently on the window with my knuckle. She doesn't stir, must be exhausted. Tap harder. Finally her eyes flutter open. For a moment she just stares at me through the glass. Confusion, then recognition, then panic. Sits up quickly, my old sweatshirt falling off her. She's wearing the same clothes I last saw her in. Looks like she hasn't showered in days, maybe weeks. Hair is greasy, face is dirty, smell makes sense now. Try the door handle. It's unlocked. Of course it's unlocked. She's been using it as her apartment. Open the door slowly. She shrinks back against the opposite window. Neither of us says anything for a long moment. The absurdity of the situation is overwhelming. Finally find my voice. Chloe, what the hell are you doing? She starts crying immediately, the same manipulation tactic as always. I had nowhere else to go. You followed me here, you've been stalking me. I wasn't stalking, I needed to be near you. This is insane, you can't live in my car. She explains that she dropped out of college after our breakup. Couldn't focus on classes, grades tanked, lost her student housing, used what money she had to drive here and find me. Been sleeping in my car for 3 weeks, showers at a nearby gym, eats fast food, uses public restrooms. Also, she could be close to me while I figured things out. I knew if you just saw me again, you'd remember why we're good together. This isn't romantic. This is criminal trespassing. I'm not hurting anyone. I just needed a place to stay. You're living in my car without permission. That's theft. She doesn't seem to understand the severity of what she's done. In her mind, this is just a temporary arrangement until we get back together. Tell her she needs to get out immediately. She refuses, says she has nowhere else to go. This is my car, Chloe. You can't just move in. But I've been taking care of it, keeping it clean. Look around at the trash, food wrappers, dirty clothes. Her idea of clean is very different from mine. Start pulling her belongings out of the car. Old backpack, some clothes, toiletries, snack wrappers. She's crying and begging me to let her stay. Just for tonight, please. I'll figure something else out tomorrow. No, this ends right now. You need to leave. She grabs onto the door frame, refuses to get out. This is the only place I feel safe. Realize I'm going to need help with this. She's not leaving voluntarily, and I can't physically drag her out. Pull out my phone to call the police. She sees what I'm doing and freaks out completely. Please don't call the cops. I'll have a record. You should have thought about that before you decided to live in my car. I'll leave, I promise. Just give me until morning. No, you'll just come back tomorrow night. Call 911. Explain the situation as calmly as possible. I have someone trespassing in my vehicle. Need assistance removing them. Dispatcher asks if I'm in immediate danger. Look at Chloe crying and clinging to my car door. She's pathetic more than dangerous, but definitely unhinged. No immediate danger, but she won't leave voluntarily. Police arrive about 10 minutes later. 2 officers, professional but sympathetic to the weird situation. One talks to me. The other approaches Chloe. She's still refusing to get out, now claiming squatters' rights. I've been living here for weeks. This is my home now. Officer explains that cars don't qualify for squatters' rights. She's been illegally trespassing and needs to vacate immediately. Takes another 20 minutes of negotiation. Chloe alternates between crying, bargaining, and threatening. Says she'll hurt herself if they make her leave. Officers are patient but firm. This isn't their first rodeo situation. Finally, they give her an ultimatum. Get out voluntarily or be arrested. She chooses to leave, but makes a huge scene about it. Watching her gather her pathetic belongings is actually heartbreaking. Despite everything she's put me through, she looks so lost. 3 weeks living in a car, dropped out of college, no support system. But I remind myself that these are consequences of her choices. I didn't force her to stalk me or live in my vehicle. Officers ask if I want to press charges. Could have her arrested for trespassing, breaking and entering, stalking. Part of me thinks she deserves it, needs to face real consequences. But another part just wants this whole nightmare to end. Tell them I just want her to stay away from me. They give her a trespass warning for the property. If she comes back, automatic arrest. Watch the police car drive away with Chloe in the back. Not arrested, just giving her a ride to a homeless shelter. Stand in the parking lot for a long time processing what just happened. The girl I dated for almost 2 years was living in my car. Stalked me to a new city, dropped out of college, became homeless. All because I broke up with her. Go back inside and try to sleep. Keep thinking about her sitting in that back seat night after night, watching me come and go, probably planning some grand reunion, living off fast food and gym showers, convinced this was romantic. The dedication is almost impressive if it wasn't so terrifying. Next morning, first thing I do is get the locks changed on my car, take it to a dealership, have them reprogram all the keys, get the interior professionally detailed to remove any trace of her, buy a security camera for the parking lot. This can never happen again. Never saw or heard from Chloe after that night. Don't know where she went or what happened to her. Part of me hopes she got help, maybe went back to college. But mostly I just hope she learned that love is an obsession, that you can't force someone to want you by invading their life. Sometimes I wonder what would have happened if I'd never checked the car. How long would she have lived there? Was she planning to reveal herself eventually? Did she think I'd be touched by her dedication and take her back? The psychology of it all still boggles my mind. Been 3 years now since that night. Got promoted twice at work, bought a house, dating someone normal. Someone who respects boundaries and has her own life. Still check my car obsessively though. Probably always will. Some trauma sticks with you, changes how you see the world. Every now and then get a friend request from a fake Facebook account. Profile picture is always some random stock photo, but the eyes look familiar. Always decline, always block, always wonder. If you love someone, you let them go. If they don't come back, they were never yours to begin with. Chloe never learned that lesson. Been 3 years now. Still check my backseat before getting in. Never heard from her again after that night. Got my own life now. Normal girlfriend who doesn't live in my car. Anyway, that's my story, Anons. Learn from my mistakes. Red flags are real.